What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. New news being reported by the Ashley's Reality Roundup and Starcasm.net is that negotiations are almost complete for the next season of Teen Mom 2, and all of the moms have signed on board for another season except Jenelle Evans Eason. And what's holding her up is the fact that her husband, David Eason, was fired from the show, and so now she's trying to negotiate for him to at least be able to be around her while she films for the show, and for him to be flown to reunion specials by MTV as well on their dime. All those sorts of things that don't make sense considering the fact that they made a conscious decision to remove him from their brand. They released a statement and everything saying that his anti-LGBTQ comments and attitudes do not reflect well on their brand and are also not in line with who they are as a company. So it literally makes no sense that Jenelle would even demand anything of the sort from them. Like, maybe, okay, like because we have a young child together and we've got other like young children together as a family as well, let him be around me and my house while we film. I feel like that's okay, like a pretty decent demand if you ask me. But her also demanding that he is flown out on MTV's dime, even though he is the antithesis of everything that MTV claims to stand for, doesn't exactly make any sense, right? I think that's what MTV is trying to get through to her in the middle of their negotiations. Like, they're not outright denying her for the next season, but they are playing hardball with her when it comes to David Eason tricking off on that MTV welfare. The blogs are reporting that her co-stars Kale, Chelsea, and Brianna signed on relatively easily, except remember in a previous video, we talked about how Kale's sons Isaac and Lux will not be appearing in the upcoming season. As for Brianna, a while back, she claimed that she had quit the show. Remember, she went on an Instagram live on it and everything like that. And I never recorded a video on it because with the amount of effort it takes to edit and record videos, I didn't want to make a video about something that was so obviously like bullshit. Where the hell was a girl who lives in an apartment with like, 50,000 people going to walk away? Like it's just, I can't believe that Brie, even for a second, thought that we would believe her when she claimed that she was walking away from the show and quitting. Like, there's no way in hell that she would walk away from that type of money, especially considering the pay bump that comes with going from one season to the next. I believe Rumour had it that she was making about $60,000 or something like that in her first season with the Teen Mom 2 girls, and apparently she got a substantial pay bump to appear yet again. And so, it's kind of interesting to see how quickly she signed on there, despite claiming to be like over it and too big bad and like, whatever for the show. One funny tidbit about the negotiations outside of Jenelle's like mess and drama of a life is that Leah Messer, of all people, made a demand, not like a demand like, oh, like this or I'm not filming, but just like a request, I should say, actually, to have professional makeup artists help her like before filming every single scene. And that was quite funny in my opinion, because Leah does seem to be, kind of more like glam these days, trying to get more glam, but it just, to me, it was quite surprising. I was like, really, Leah, you? Like, I know she goes all out when it comes to reunions. She does like the really big, beautiful hair. Her makeup is always beautiful. She likes her like bright and sparkly dresses as well. But in her day-to-day scenes, she's usually pretty like, okay, like she wears a crap ton of makeup or whatever, but it's not like, oh, I need a makeup artist, I want to be like a big diva about the show about me raising my kids. Like, hey, it's all right, girl, pay for it out of your own pocket. You're already making more than enough money, especially considering the cost of living, like where she's at in West Virginia, in rural West Virginia. She could more than afford to have her own little makeup artist come by whenever she's shooting for Teen Mom 2, and I guess MTV felt the exact same way. Now let's move back on over to Jenelle's demands and her holding out on MTV. It's been reported for quite a while now about these negotiations and both sides holding firm on what they are willing to give to each other. And I kind of wonder whether or not MTV is going to ultimately walk away from Jenelle, or if Jenelle is going to ultimately walk away from MTV. I am personally still quite surprised at Farrah even walking away from Teen Mom OG. So do you think that there's a potential for Jenelle to walk away from Teen Mom 2? Or from Teen Mom 2 to walk away from Jenelle? Do you think her demands are reasonable at all? Like, again, I want to be honest and say that it is pretty fair for her to kind of at least request that David is able to be in the home when they film, because, you know, there are children there who are quite young and need supervision, and it would be quite a lot of hassle to have all those moving pieces all the time. But at the same time, the safety of MTV cast and crew is also in question. Like, his ban from the show kind of almost goes a bit beyond his anti-transgender, homophobic tweets. Remember, at the last reunion special, he was stabbing himself, stabbing his way through balloons with producers and cameramen in close proximity of the balloons, right? And so that was the first time that a weapon was ever brought to a reunion special, and now everybody has to go through all of these metal detectors because of David, and that is a legitimate cause for concern, so I can see both parts of it. But what I do not stand for whatsoever is Jenelle demanding that this guy gets flown like to reunions, to like after show specials, to whatever on MTV's dime. Like that, like everything else, Jenelle should be on your dime, sis. Now, as usual, that's enough about me. That's enough of my ramblings. As usual, I'm more excited to hear what you have to say about everything. So please make sure to leave all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more. Feel free to share it with your friends as well, and follow me across social media, where I absolutely love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.